All right. Then at this time, I will call to order the regularly scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, October 28th, 2020, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please. Clerk Moskowitz.
Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Gillis?
Here.
Trustee Ivan?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Trustee Kreis?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I declare that an in-person meeting is not practical or prudent because of the coronavirus pandemic.
Mayor, you have a quorum as verified by audio or visual confirmation.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk PULASKI, was there any comment from the public?
No, there was none.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move on to tonight's consent agenda. Number one, approval of resolution 20-1028-A to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Midlothian, the Village of Crestwood, and the City of Oak Forest for the application for Phase 2 engineering through the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program for the Natalie Creek Trail. Number two, approval of resolution 20-1028-B, approving an application for construction funding for the Natalie Creek Trail. Number three, approval to renew employee health insurance benefits through Blue Cross Blue Shield. Number four, approval of the August 26, 2020 board meeting minutes. Number five, approval of the September 2020 building department monthly report. Number six, approval of the September 2020 fire department monthly report. Number seven, approval of the September 2020 health department monthly report. Number eight, approval of the September 2020 police department monthly report. Number nine, approval of the September 2020 Public Works Department monthly report. Number 10, approval of the September 2020 Treasury report. And number 11, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off of tonight's consent agenda?
Mayor, number three, can we clarify to put in that we're approving Blue Cross options plan?
Yeah, I was actually going to pull it off just so we could clarify a couple things, trustee, if you're okay with that.
Oh, okay. Then if you want to pull it off, please.
Yes, well, if we could pull it off, sir, and I'll ask for approval under my business.
Okay. Anything else?
I have is we were missing a word in the minutes. Do we have that word, clerk, deputy clerk, so we can approve the minutes? No, but I'm going to find out tomorrow. I tried to get the information tonight, but it wasn't able to.
I do have the word, and it was Teen Academy.
Okay.
Thanks to that document, Trustee Kreis.
Okay, so can we amend on the face?
Yes, I believe we should be able to do that.
And then we can approve the minutes.
Anyone else? All right, then I am looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda without item 3, which is the approval to renew employee health insurance benefits through Blue Cross Blue Shield options plan, and also amending the August 26, 2020 board meeting minutes. Clerk Moskowitz to say what?
Teen Academy, to fill in the missing word.
Teen, T-E-N?
Teen. T-E-E-N as in teenager.
As opposed to what was on in the minutes.
It was blank.
A blank line.
Gotcha. All right, looking for a motion.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Any other discussion?
I'm sorry, was that Trustee Kreis that made the motion? Or
Trustee
Caveney?
Yeah, Katie made the motion. Crowley seconded.
Thank you.
BC, Alan, BC.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Caveney.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Gillis.
Aye.
Trustee Ivan.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Trustee Kreis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. Moving on to trustee business, Trustee Kreis.
Mayor, I did not put this item on the agenda, and I'm a little hesitant to do anything with it. That item was not on the agenda, and it was added today.
The item is obviously this CARES Act funding, the CRF funding, which is a grant, and it could be construed as being able to be approved tonight under grants, but we were able to get written confirmation from Ty Craddock from the Cook County Department of Bureau of Finance that as we knew that this was coming, first and foremost, it was to get the submittal done, application done, and I want to thank Treasurer Britton for working on this for months and all of our department heads. We were able to apply for well over $2 million in reimbursements. Obviously, we're not warranted that, but we have enough to cover what we were allotted. So it was just an option. We don't have to have that option anymore, and we can approve the resolution next week at our committee meeting that allows me to sign the IGA with the county. Everyone should have received that. On another note, with the emergency powers granted to me because of the COVID pandemic, I could have just signed the IGA, but we wanted to get the board's vote on it. So it won't be going on for discussion or approval tonight.
Okay, I guess I'm just wondering why we didn't do this probably like a month ago or 2 months ago, but be that as it may.
When Christy De Laurentiis from South Suburban Mayors and Managers sent that to you a month ago, why wouldn't we talk about it then? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying I don't know why it wasn't done sooner. So, but the one thing I did want to point out with the research I've done, and this is specifically for Treasurer Britton, I believe, and I brought this up last week about FEMA, is any of the, I haven't had time to go over it very carefully, but are any of the funds in there for overtime?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So as I've been reading through this, I believe 75% of overtime funding will be paid by FEMA. So again, leveraging it, if you can pull that overtime out, then we can recapture more of the regular costs and move the 75% of overtime to reimbursement from FEMA.
That will come after the county accepts or denies our application and we move forward from that. We put in for everything for this funding, for this grant. Anything else, Trustee Grace?
No.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Ivan?
I have nothing for tonight.
Trustee Gillis?
I have nothing else.
Trustee Cavey?
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank everybody that participated in our Fall Fest and Scarecrow display this year. It was very, very nice. We had about 26 or 27 scarecrows that were put up this year. We had a lot of participation from the community, from our residential community and business community, so I want to thank them. The winners, the community winners were Eli the E-Learner, that was submitted by Kathy Faulkner and her grandson Sean. Second place was Pete the Cat, who was submitted by the Midlothian Public Library. And third place was Workout Man from Charter Fitness. And the Village Department Scarecrows, we had a tie for first place between the building department and the front office staff. So I would like again to thank everybody for their participation. The rain garden looks very, very nice, and the village has gotten a lot of compliments on it this year. So I'm pretty happy with the turnout. And I think that's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. It was
One thing, I'm sorry, we had discussed the we had discussed the updated zoning map, and during the discussion last week, I had brought up the fact that it appeared as though there was half of a portion of 146th Street and then some sort of alley or a portion of Kenneth that were still open in the new MWRD retention pond over off 147th Street. I discussed it with Superintendent Weiner, and he said that if those were village streets, given the fact that they're located there in that pond and it's surrounded by all, pins that were required to create that pond, that the village doesn't really have to do anything. We could vacate it, but we don't really have to go through the hassle and the effort to do that because nothing will ever be built over those. So at this point, we're just waiting for the ordinance to be drafted and presented to the board for review. Then we can approve that map. That's all I have.
Thank you. And I was just going to say that
For now.
the Rainwright Community Garden did look wonderful with all the scarecrows, and thank you to everyone that was involved and participated, and it was nice, very nice. Thank you all. Trustee Killey.
Mayor, just a quick plug for our local restaurants. I know they're, as of tonight, they can't do indoor dining, but we have a ton of great restaurants in Midlothian, and I think I'm hopefully not stealing your thunder here, but I think we should support our local restaurants. Their carry out is awesome, and we don't have to go outside our village. We can have a different type of menu each night if we wanted to. So local residents, let's help our local residents. Let's support our restaurants in this time where they're really going to be struggling a little bit, and support them with your dollars.
I couldn't agree more. Went to Mr. Sub last night, and very efficient and cost effective, so for the four of us. So thank you all. Thank you. Trustee Crowley?
I will reiterate that. I agree completely, Trustee Killelea, with regards to buying, shopping, and eating local. Right now is definitely the time to show local support. Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things tonight. We have been working diligently toward integrating everybody in the village over to our new server. We now have our biggest hurdle scheduled for next week, I believe, which is our firehouse. Application. They have made an appointment with Proven to move everything over to the new server. So next week we're anticipating that the fire department will also be on our new server. Next, everybody's gearing up for the CPC toy drive. So please watch your local water bill and your Facebook pages for information about the Christmas toy drive. Next, I would like to make a motion to approve the village board to accept the offer from Blue Cross and Blue Shield for next year's health insurance.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
Yes,
Again, as long as everybody understands, we're doing the blue choice option.
Yeah. I just kind of wanted to clarify, for the last, I'm going to say 5 months, 6 months, we have been meeting regularly with the insurance committee and reviewing all of the options, and the insurance committee came back unanimously with all of the people who voted to accept the Blue Choice new policy. It only affects the policyholders that hold the $1,500 deductible PPO plan. The plan is reversible. It will give the employees more options and hopefully more benefits. And we are also looking at the board approving, once it is set in stone, that since the village will save money on this plan and give increased benefits to our employees, that we will share that benefit and that savings with our employees. So that is something that Trustee Killelea and I will be bringing to the board when we have the actual information on how that'll work. But we're thinking, and from what we've talked to with our insurance carrier, that it would be our savings we would recommend that we would split as an 80-20 with the employees. And I'm excited to see how this policy works out. It looks like it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of benefits for the people who partake in it. So with that, I'm making the motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Mouse.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Cavey,
Aye.
Trustee Gillis,
Aye.
Trustee Ivan,
Aye. Aye.
Trustee Killelea,
Aye.
Trustee Kreis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Other than closed session, sir, that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, ma'am. Just wanted to thank the committee for working so hard on this, and of course, Horton for working so hard for the village. I believe this is a good win for everyone. Let's see, we'll move on to department heads. Chief Hotwagner.
Yes, sir. A couple things. I'd like to remind all residents this weekend when you change your clocks, do not forget to change your batteries and your smoke detectors if they're battery operated ones. All smoke detectors should be replaced after 10 years. As of January 1st of 2023, the new law requires all single-family and multifamily residents to install smoke detectors with a 10-year sealed battery. I recommend replacing these units with sealed batteries as soon as possible. It will save the cost of replacing batteries twice a year. The price of new detectors are the same cost as the old ones. Secondly, the Midlothian Firefighter Association will be doing a smaller version of the raffle this year. Tickets will start to go on sale tomorrow. We will not be sending tickets out to the residents in mail. The raffle tickets this year will be $5 a piece and a book of 5 for $20. First prize will be a Samsung 70-inch 4K Smart TV. Second prize will be $100, and third prize will be $50. The tickets will be available at the Village Hall and at the fire station. We'll be putting out information on our Facebook page. It should be out tomorrow. And that's all.
Thank you, sir. Chief Delaney.
Nothing this evening except for executive session, sir.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Weiner.
Just to inform the board that because of all the storm damage, our permits have doubled compared to last September. So for the month of September this year, we've issued double the normal amounts for up to 160 permits, including inspections. So we're very busy, and I think October is going to be even busier due to insurance probably making payouts due to all the storm damage. That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Sperry. Engineer Husk.
Thank you, Mayor. Just two very brief things. Yesterday, Superintendent Sperry, myself and a coworker had a brief kickoff meeting for the 147th water main project that was very recently authorized. We should be taking topography on that area in the very near future. If you see any of our crews out there, feel free to wave hi. And then as some of you were made aware by email, late last week we did finally receive something we've been waiting for quite some time. We received the approved agreement for the CDBG disaster recovery grant related to Jolly Homes, which it's been a while, and it kind of I don't know what made it come that day, but it kind of dropped out of the sky. So that is in hand. I would just make the board aware that we did solicit for proposals for that work and the RTA grant, the phase 2 for that, back in May. So I would, I know we've been waiting on this agreement to move forward on both of those, and I would recommend that the board moving on both of those to the front burner. And that's all I have, unless there's any questions.
Excellent.
I have a question. You said you did get the paperwork from the county for the Jolly Homes grant?
Everything's digital, but yes, I did receive it, yes.
So is there anything that we have to sign?
No, we signed it before we sent it to the county, so the county is just executing what we had already had signed.
Okay, wonderful. Then if you could get me a copy, I'll make sure I get a copy to the clerk and to Treasurer Britton, because I worked on that grant directly with Tom. So if you could get me copies of it, that would be great. And where are we with the documentation for the stormwater management plan for Belly Button Hill and Bremen Heights?
I have distributed those to, I believe, everybody, but I will make sure that you get an updated copy. We have finished those. I know with everything being remotely, I'm not sure how we want to go forward any sort of presentations of the results, but both studies are complete and open for review. I can make sure you get a copy of that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Treasurer Britton?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, ma'am. Deputy Clerk Kalaki?
I have nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez?
Just to update the board, for the last couple of months, there's been discussion regarding the implementation of a transfer fee for transfer stamps. Trustee Ivan requested that I do some research to make a determination as to the viability and the legality of doing so. Specifically, if the board remembers, the issue was whether a fee for a transfer stamp would be considered a tax and therefore not allowable without a vote, a referendum by the municipality to be able to implement it. I did research. My opinion is that a fee would be legal and not considered a tax. However, that point is moot now because in researching Chapter 21 of the Village Code for the payment of transfer stamps under Section 421-2B, 6B, fees, there shall be no charge to obtain a payment stamp provided that there are no unpaid debts or fees due the village. In the event there is an unpaid debt or fees owed to the village, the applicants will pay such outstanding debts or fees prior to the issuance of the payment stamp by the village. So in other words, as our village code stands right now, we could apply a fee to those individuals who have an outstanding debt, fine, water bill that is not due, and we could assign a fee to that. But if a resident asks for a transfer stamp and they don't owe the village anything, then the ordinance prohibits charging them. That's all that I have.
Thank you, sir. Under my business, I'm looking for a motion to approve the rescinding of ordinance 2065, which was the previous ordinance that was proposing the designation of a redevelopment plan project for designation of downtown TIF and the adoption of the tax increment allocation, financing, and convening a joint review board and calling a public hearing.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Ivan?
Aye.
Trustee Caveney?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Gillis?
Jerry, you're on mute.
And on mute. Aye.
Thank you. Trustee Killipley?
Aye.
Trustee Kreis?
Aye.
Motion carries.
At this time, I'm looking for an approval motion to approve ordinance 2066 of the Village of Midlothian, Cook County, Illinois, proposing the designation of a redevelopment plan and project for the designation of the downtown TIF District Number 2 and the adoption of the tax increment allocation financing, therefore convening a joint review board and calling a public hearing in connection therewith. This is the same ordinance as 2065, except changing the date for the joint review board from November 11th to the 16th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Poor Jerry. Ivan was the motion.
Jerry, I know.
Ivan was the motion and Caveney was the second.
I'll give it to Jerry.
No, that's okay. I don't want sloppy seconds.
Is there any other discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Ivan. Aye. Trustee Kaving.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Gillis.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Trustee Kreis.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'd just ask again that we all get notice of when the meeting, of the Zoom information and that, so we can attend the meetings.
Absolutely. And Deputy Clerk PULASKI, Mary Thompson from K. McKenna needs to get this ordinance as soon as we can after I sign it. So just to be clear, this was, we had to do this because Trustee Kreis brought up a contention point that no public business can be performed on a public holiday unless it's a regularly scheduled meeting. This is very ambiguous, what constitutes a public holiday. And bottom line is there has always been the letter of the law and the intent of the law. The intent of the act is to prevent municipalities from trying to hide action under the cloak of darkness, and we were absolutely not doing that. We were all out up in front and open about it. No one has ever challenged this, and it was highly unlikely that it would be challenged this time, but since Trustee Kreis brought it up as a contentious point, we had to change the ordinance and change the date. That is all I have on my agenda tonight. Clerk Moscow.
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Could I bring up one thing, Mayor?
Sure.
Could I bring up one thing just to inform the board? I don't know if everybody knows, but the Park District Santa Lunch has been canceled. The Library Christmas Bazaar has been canceled. And the Chamber Santa Parade has been canceled as well. So unfortunately, it's sad, but I guess it's better to be safe. But Christmas will be very different. The holidays will all be very different.
Thank you. At this time, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn to closed session to discuss the collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or the representatives, or deliberation concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees pursuant to
I'll make a motion.
A second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All opposed? All right, we're in closed session.